she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club just to party.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Women's Basketball Edition. And my guest for this week's show is none other than senior guard on the women's basketball team, Ashlyn Monk. Ashlyn, thanks so much for joining me on the show. You're very welcome. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. You are famous here on the Menlo College basketball courts for being able to do something that I've never seen successfully pulled off before. The over-the-back half-court shot.
Yep.
How did you get that down?
All right, so at my junior college at Sierra, one of the coaches, Scotty, he's a really big trick shot guy. And so one day he was telling me like, oh, try this. I don't think you could do it. I was like, okay. Did it first try. And
First
I was like,
try?
Wow, that's really easy. So since then, it's been my go-to thing. Before every away game at Sierra and Menlo here, we shoot like a half-court shot, and that's what I go for every time. So it's been a thing for a couple years now.
How often would you say that you make the shot?
It just depends on the day. Sometimes I've been making like 2 or 3 in a row, and then other times it's 1 out of 10 or something like that.
That's insane.
So it just depends.
I got to see it firsthand at Menlo Madness this year. You were
good.
in a 3-point shooting competition with Kaylin Camaro on the men's team. It was a tie after, 25 shots. So then you go half-court shooting, and right when we said, okay, no one's made it, we're going to do last shot, she sinks the first shot.
Yeah.
It was absolutely incredible, and then of course the whole place went nuts.
Oh yeah, I saw the videos, everything. It was crazy.
That was awesome. Now you spent time, as you said, at Sierra College prepping for your arrival at Menlo in 2016. What's the biggest misconception about JC basketball? Because I had Selena Pagan on last week, and she said it's a lot better than people think.
Oh, definitely. I would have to agree with her. A lot of people think it's easy. It's like an easy route to go, but the competition at junior college is very high. There's really good players that come out of there. There's a lot of D1 bounce backs. It's really fun and challenging. It's not as simple as a lot of people think it might be, and like the academic side is still very challenging as well. So it's not just like a smooth sailing through junior college and then you get to where you are if anyone goes after. So I definitely think it's not as easy as people think.
Now, after not making many starts last year, your first year here, you've been in the lineup virtually every game so far in 2017. How good does it feel knowing that your name is going to be penciled into the lineup every game?
It's great. It's a good feeling knowing that I just like throughout the summer and the spring, all the hard work that not only just myself but everybody else put in, that it's paying off, and I think it shows during the games too. Everything is just all coming together, and just trusting the process and knowing that it's all going to work out for the better has been like my major mindset and the way it's helped me get through everything.
It seems like it's worked out for you pretty well and for everyone on the team. So let's talk about the team now. The Oaks are 9-0, first time since 2012, so I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah. Jenna Marinara, we're coming for that record.
2012, 10-0. After that, they lost, and you guys got a couple of tough ones coming up. Holy names. Might be a win there, but then you go to tournament play. We'll get to that in a little bit. But the offense has been shooting as well as it has all year, specifically the last 2 games. How have you continually been able to improve as a unit, go from scoring about 85 points a game to then putting up 98 and 99 in consecutive games?
Oh, man. I think that just goes back to all the hard work we put in. Outside of practice, everybody's always in the gym shooting, working on their dribbling skills, like everything we do in practice, it translates to off the court as well, because we're getting in the gym more hours than we probably should with finals week and everything. But everyone's always in there shooting, just working on their craft. So it's really good to see it all paying off.
Just don't tell the professors.
Oh, definitely not.
Now, last week's guest, Selena Pagan, had by far her best week as an Oak.
Definitely.
She had 49 points, including a 10 of 12 shooting game with 29 points against Cal Maritime. Was it a little bit of the Unrooted magic going on, or where did that come from for her?
Definitely was. I think that hyped her up a little bit, gave her some confidence, so she came out hitting just lights out. So that really helped. I think it helped her.
So
gave her some good juju or something.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to have a really good game against Santa Clara on Sunday, right? You're going to go off for, let's say, 26?
I'll take it, yeah.
What's your career high? You're at, what, 19? Somewhere around there is your career high?
I think so, yeah. 18 or 19?
Let's go with 26.
Yeah,
I'm calling
like
it 26 against Santa Clara. The game's an exhibition, but she's going to do it anyways.
Yep.
Now, the team has won 5 consecutive games of those 9 by at least 20 points. How confident are you ladies right now? Because every time you go out there, it's just, we know we're better than you, and we're going to beat you.
Well, when we go out there, we have the mindset that we want to win. And we don't just want to win, we want to dominate. We want to dominate in every aspect of the game. And this year's team, we have a lot of chemistry. And so when we go out on the court, it's fun. It's fun to play with each other. We only had basically 2 new additions. Maddie was on the team a couple years ago, but she's now back. So the new additions we have, they fit in perfectly. So everyone just goes out there and we have a great time and we play together and we have fun. And I think that's what helps us win by such a large margin every game.
It also helps that the Oaks are in the top 10 of the nation in steals. How are you and the guards able to be so pesky and just jab the ball away on a routine basis and turn that into an easy 2 on a layup?
I think that just all stems from Coach. She always tells us defense wins championships. So in practice, our intensity on defense has to be at a 10 out of 10 all the time, or she's yelling at us a little bit. So I think that just starts in practice, and then it translates to the game. Obviously, when we're intense in practice, we're going to be intense in defense on the games, or in the games, and then Lexi does a great job just poking the ball out. Selena does a good job getting in the passing lanes. So I think altogether we're doing pretty well.
And you've started to work on that this year as
Definitely,
well. That
yeah.
wasn't necessarily your strong suit in 2016, but this year, so far, you're off to a pretty good start. I believe you're 3rd or 4th on the team in steals.
Oh, I like it.
Not a
I
bad
know that,
start.
but yeah,
Not a
I'll
bad
take it.
start. Now, we mentioned the exhibition against Santa Clara. It is an exhibition, but they are a Division I opponent. So obviously it's going to be a big test for the Oaks. What are you looking forward to in that game?
I'm looking forward to just the environment, being able to play in that D1 facility, atmosphere, all of that against D1 players. A lot of people get the misconception that there's the NCAA level and then there's NAIA, and I think it's a lot lesser. But I don't think so. I think the competition at NAIA is pretty high as well. So I'm excited to see how we can do in that NCAA level and show how well and how strong we can compete with them.
And just so that you folks at home know, regardless of the outcome, it does not affect the 9-0 record. So they will be going for the 10-0 mark officially against Holy Names next week, right here at home. All right, Ashlyn, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 random off-the-wall questions. You give me your best answer.
All right.
They're all kind of related. We'll see if you pick up the trend. Question number 1, which teammate would be the best challenger for a game of horse?
Definitely Maddie Rocha.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Definitely Maddie Rocha. I know on the past Unrooted episodes, you've heard she's got the little kick shot.
She can kick it. I don't know how that's possible.
She does it really well. She's like the Steve Nash. He's got the little kicking assist. She can do that, but she can make it. So definitely Maddie, hands down. Okay,
so you're going to put her at an H for the behind-the-back half-court shot. She's going to put you at an H for doing the kickball trick shot.
Definitely.
Who's winning the game?
Ooh. I'm pretty confident myself. I think I'm going to win that.
Okay.
Even though she's really good shooting with her left hand, which is her offhand, and I'm not, so she might get me on that, but I think I could pull it out.
All right. Question number 2, which teammate is the biggest fan of The Office?
Let's see, he's not a teammate, but Carl, our trainer, our athletic trainer, he loves The Office. Okay. He's always hitting us with little office jokes, so definitely Carl.
I love it. Are you a fan of The Office?
I've watched a couple episodes, but I wouldn't call myself a fan.
I'm disappointed.
My parents were big fans of it, and I just never got into it.
It's the greatest show ever.
I've heard.
But the reason why I threw that in there, because I was thinking when Michael Scott eventually leaves the show, he decides to leave the warehouse crew by saying, catch you on the flippity flip, and he shoots a basketball over top like this, and it takes him about 5 hours to just make one. And he's not even standing, he's probably from like here to the door away from it, which is probably, 10, 11 feet.
I see how these questions relate.
Exactly, see? And now we get into the third question. Which teammate is most likely to have a fear of horseback riding? Another horse question.
That's a tough question. Not too sure, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say Carly, just because they're so much bigger than her. And she's so little, so I'll have to go with Carly for that one.
All right. Ashlyn, thank you so much for joining me on the show. The Oaks are on the road this weekend. It is an exhibition again, so it will not count for the unbeaten streak to begin the season, but they'd love to take the win anyways. They're taking on the Santa Clara Broncos, Division I NCAA opponent. That is Sunday at Santa Clara. Tip-off is at 2 o'clock. Yes, it's just down the road from here in Atherton, so it is very possible we could still go out and try and pack that arena.
Yes.
The next time the Oaks will be at home is the following Wednesday. That is the 13th. It'll be their final single game of the month because they will be in tournament play the next 2 times afterwards, but that will be the record game right there. If they can pull it off, they would tie the 2012 Oaks for the best start in program history at 10-0 against Holy Names, and tip-off for that one is at 6 o'clock. We invite you to tune in to the next episode of Unrooted Women's Basketball Edition when Ashlyn Monk will select the next interviewee by me, Brian Brownfield. Until then, we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club just to party, I'm there.